All right, Wichstone, Reiner Knizia. If for those people who have played Bonfire, you'll see a little bit of stuff that's sort of the same. And reading the rules, it does seem it's a little like, I don't want to say dice building, because that's going to throw a lot of people off. But building those types of combos where you're going to, take an action and it will give you something over on this part of the map, which will do something over on this part of the map, and they'll like chain off, and you'll start hitting all these combos, much like, the clever games have been recently. So the rule book is much like the online one. I haven't seen, several language rule book in quite a while, but that's what they've done. So there's like 6 different languages. Don't be off put by the fact that it's so thick. It is really only a few pages long for that particular language. But much like Reiner Knizia, he doesn't need a lot of rules because you do 2 actions. Player aids. There's a little bit of hidden information, which are these tiles that you see out here on the board here. So everyone gets their own color and little shield. And then you get your cauldron. So you have your cauldron and you have your pile of action tokens. And you're going to be playing 11 of these throughout the game. So this game's going to last 11 turns. When it's your turn, you're going to choose from your hand of 5, and you're going to place this on your cauldron. And then you're going to take the 2 associated actions, and then they're going to combo up with the graphics that are already on the cauldron, plus tiles that you've already placed. So in this case, I'm going to get 2 gem actions and a scroll action. And then in a later turn, I would place another token like this. And I would get 3 gems and 2 pentagram actions. So that is roughly how that's going to work. Like I said, I need to play this later today, so I can't have the pieces everywhere. So, and this is every player gets their own cauldron. It's not as though everyone's placing on the same cauldron. You get to make your own group of combos. I'm just going to put this over here for now. All right, so punch boards, lots of actions. Then let's get the main board out, because that's one part of the game is the cauldron. Then there is another action is going to make you go around this track here, which is going to give you more hexes and more actions. There is your cauldron is going to start with gems on it. So they're going to be blocking spaces. So another action is moving those crystals off to the edge, and you get to move them depending on where you bring them off the board. Gives you more actions, and it lets you bring them over to, the bookcase here, and you put the gems on here, which also combos more actions. And then there's a whole middle scrying glass, or call it. So here, the gem action I was talking about, you're going to be making links here, which will give you tokens, which will give you more actions as well. And then the scroll action lets you, choose off of this, book of spells, which will give you more things to do. Very much looking forward to this. And then on the big crystal ball, place these witches. And like I said, everyone has their own color of crystals to join and crystals to go on their cauldron. And there's a special black crystal that goes in the middle of your cauldron because it's the hardest to... Yes. So glad we're finally getting a big box from Reiner Knizia. It's been a while. This is why I'm excited. This is, although, this is, and also that is, it's sort of a joint. I don't want to give all the credit to Reiner Knizia because this is a joint design. So he has designed it with someone else. he came to him with the cauldron idea, and they developed that out from there. So these are the cards that are all the different scroll actions you can take. I'll see if I can open this up quick. Man, I've lost stuff. This is what happens when you're in such a limited space. I didn't want to get another table. I wanted to try it in this layout. Yeah, it looks like it might take up a lot of player space. It looks like, now that I've seen the board in real life, it seems a little bit bigger than it needs to be, but I like the fact that it's chunkier than... So yes, I think that's all of these are just all the different spells and prophecies that you can get, and they just, like I said, combo off more actions, end of 11 turns. Whoever has the most victory points wins. Looks like it's not a terrible insert. More than likely I will be throwing it away, because that very seldom are the inserts useful. Are there any questions so far? That is the end of the unboxings.